I thought I'd do something a little bit different in this video and have a look back at my YouTube channel and see which videos performed the worst. I have had my channel now for over 18 months. I have consistently put out one video a week, apart from an odd couple of weeks here and there, and I now have over 700 subscribers, which is awesome. But every now and then I do have a look at my analytics and see what videos my audience is really liking to help me produce better content for them. So if you're new here, my name's Kim. I help therapists in private practice with their business systems and processes, getting them confident with admin and reducing tech overwhelm. And on my channel, I talk about everything from Google Workspace to time management to goal setting. There's kind of nothing we don't talk about when it comes to private practice and the running of the business and everything that goes into that. I've produced mini series on my channel talking about the private practice workflow and turned that into a free course. I sometimes put out vlogs, which are video diaries of something that I'm doing. So I did one on our therapist retreat. I've done one on us being at the master series and sort of like a productive day in my life occasionally. So I do have a varied amount of content on my channel. So I wanted to delve a little bit deeper and see what was working and what wasn't. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about the videos that have had the least amount of views in the past 365 days. Now, there isn't actually a way to look at that I found in the analytics. So what I did is I just went into my screen, looked at what was popular and went to the bottom. And what I'm going to be doing is we're going to jump into my screen and we're going to watch a little bit of the video, and I'm going to talk to you about why I think it didn't perform well and perhaps why I think you should watch it. So hopefully you will still find this useful. There'll be videos there that I've posted from quite a while ago. So if you're new to the channel, then there might be some videos that you don't know are there and actually are worth watching. So we're going to jump straight in, and I really hope you find this video useful. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to take you towards the back end of my YouTube so that we can have a look at these videos together and I can give you my thoughts on why I think that they didn't perform very well. Okay, so I'm going to go to my popular videos and go all the way down to the bottom. Okay, so the first one I'm going to show you is the 2022 recap, the good, the bad, and the future goals and intentions for 2023. Okay, so I thought I would do a 2022 recap and also set some intentions for 2023. I personally love watching these kind of videos on YouTube and listening to the people I follow's podcasts and stuff like that. So I thought maybe that you'd also find it entertaining and useful. I also thought it would be great to look back on next year and keep kind of like a diary or journal entry about what's happened in the previous year and what goals I had set to see if I hit them. Just quickly, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Kim and I help therapists in private practice get online, get confident with admin and reduce tech overwhelm. So let's take a look back at 2022 for me. Okay, so the number one reason I think that this video didn't perform particularly well in the last 365 days is because it was titled what it was titled. So it says taking a look back at 2022, and now that we're in 2024, no one cares about what happened in 2022. Also, I do love watching these types of videos from creators that I follow, but I don't particularly have a big enough following for people to necessarily care about me. So this video is purely about what happened to me in 2022. And although I definitely would have put in this video things that would be beneficial to therapists in private practice, because nothing I ever do is purely like selfish, like just about me, really. I mean, I guess there's some vlogs that I put up that are kind of like fun for me to remember, and I do go back and watch vlogs sometimes because I find them really fun to kind of look back on what I've been doing and stuff. But especially at the beginning when this one was posted, I really didn't have a big enough following for people to really just care what happened in my life in 2022. You know, people wanted tips and tricks about working in private practice, and that's what people come to my channel for, which is totally fine. So I think that was the main reason it didn't do particularly well, because of the year that it was, and also because of, you know, it just being about me. Okay, so let's look at the next one. Okay, so the next one that isn't anything to do with like another person or a vlog is how to financially prepare your private therapy practice for holidays. Summer can be a really challenging time for therapists in private practice and really anyone with their own business, as you are planning to take holidays and so are your clients, and they don't always coincide. Planning for this in advance can be really helpful to reduce your stress around taking time off, and also to make sure that you are earning what you need to earn at summer but also throughout the year. So in today's video I am going to be giving you some tips to help you get through this holiday season and also just for private practice in general. Okay, so that video was released in the 21st of June 2023. So we were just coming up to holiday season when I released the video, and I really thought that that one would do well. The reason I don't think it's done well in the past 365 days is, again, it's seasonal. So this one is very specific. I'm talking about holidays. I really like the thumbnail of this one. So that's another reason why I thought it would do well, because it's like got money flying out of a purse and my face is like, oh my God, my money's flying away. So I thought it would do really well, and it did do well when it was released in comparison to other videos I'd put up. But over the past 365 days, it has not done well. And I think it's because we haven't come up to holiday season again. So although it did well right at the beginning, it's, you know, then we've had like September, October, November, and all of the like winter months. And so people would not be searching for that kind of stuff. I actually think that this video might do better over the next few weeks. I've got another video all about holiday and how to tell your clients about holiday and stuff like that, and that has been like creeping up in the past few weeks. People have been just finding that, obviously they've been searching for something similar, and that's become quite popular. So this one might also do better. I do think in general that therapists in private practice don't really like to talk about finances, so the fact that I put how to prepare your practice financially might have put people off, and there was money on the thumbnail. But actually it's so important to get your finances right, because otherwise you don't have a business. The thing that I'm mainly trying to get across to my audience is about the business side of therapy private practice. So I'm hoping the more that I talk about it, the more people will respond to it. Okay, let's have a look at the next one. Okay, it's working with UK medical insurers in your therapy private practice and staying organised. Hello, so today I want to talk to you about working with insurers in the UK and how you can successfully do this with a little bit of organisation. One of my first jobs as a VA for therapists in private practice was looking after the medical insurance, invoicing and organising, client information, all that kind of stuff. So what I did is created some templates for myself so that I could successfully organize all this and keep on top of it, make sure everything was being paid, etc, etc. And those are the templates that I've created for you. In this video, I'm going to talk about who can apply to be a provider for medical insurance, what the benefits are of being a provider for UK medical insurers, and I'm going to show you all of the templates I've created for organising medical insurers so that you can see how they all work and what they do. Okay, so why do I think that this didn't do very well? Number one, I put UK medical insurers. When I looked at my analytics, only around 15% of my audience is from the UK, which is wild. Like, I really thought that the majority of people that follow me and watch my videos would be from the UK, because that is, you know, I'm clearly from the UK and I talk a lot about UK private practice. So I assumed that that would be higher. So when I was looking, you know, for all of this information and looking at analytics and stuff, when I found out that my audience was only 15% UK, it did make me realize, okay, well, anything UK related is not going to do very well with the other 85% of my audience. So that is one reason I think it didn't do very well. This is obviously a very old video, and like just watching myself back is really funny when like my positioning is not very good. There's like loads of headspace. So that's quite funny, but I don't think people care about that necessarily, because one of the other videos, which is my top performing video, is exactly the same. I probably filmed it around the same time. And so clearly people don't really care about that kind of stuff. So I wouldn't say it was because it was like badly filmed video. I definitely think it was the fact that it was about UK medical insurers. And also, I don't know the percentage of how many therapists in the UK work with medical insurers, but if I've only got a 15% audience and maybe only 10% of people work with it, that's a really small amount that would be interested in this video. For those people who do work with medical insurers, it's a really great video. And for any VAs that work with therapists in private practice, again, it's a really great video because it really does explain how to keep your medical insurance clients organized and all the invoicing and things like that. So it is a great video. They're great templates as well that I have created, and ones I use with every single client that we work with, because regardless of whether a client uses Google Workspace, Power Diary, any other EHR, or any other way of organizing things, you have to kind of invoice insurers the same way. It doesn't matter how else you're organizing the rest of your practice. So it is really useful. So if you are considering working with medical insurers, I would watch that video. And I also have resources about working with medical insurance. Okay, let's take a look at the next one. So the next kind of worst performing video is why spending time on your admin tasks could be costing your therapy practice money. You could be wasting money on every minute you're spending on your admin. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the relationship between the time spent on your admin and the profitability and growth of your private practice. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Kim. I help therapists in private practice get online, get confident with admin, and reduce tech overwhelm. So let's talk about the true value of your time. This all starts with your billable hours. How many client sessions you are having. So maybe you have decided how many clients you want to see in a week, but have you made that decision based on the amount of admin that you need to do to be able to see those clients? In my experience and with the clients that I have and for therapists that I speak to, they say on average for every session they have with a client, there's another hour worth of administration to do for that client. And I would actually say it's probably even more now as well. They're probably spending more than 1 hour per client on admin in their business, based on conversations that I've had with therapists since I recorded this video. So this video was released on the 9th of August 2023. So it is around a year now, and it has had quite low numbers. We're in like the 60s, but it has had pretty high engagement because we've got 3 comments on it. So sometimes a video could not do very well in views, but can get loads and loads of engagement in the comments of people asking questions and stuff like that. And that sometimes does happen. Now, why do I think this video didn't do very well? I'm not entirely sure. I do think that sometimes when my topic is more broad, they don't do as well. When I'm really like niche in what I'm talking about, so for example, I'm talking about onboarding, or I'm talking about bookkeeping, or I'm talking about the medical insurance, which is a bad example because that was a pretty low performing one. But when I'm like really specific in what I'm talking about and what I can help somebody with, the videos tend to do much better. And I think that sometimes the broader topics, they just don't do as well. Also, if people aren't watching them for very long, so if people get bored after like a few seconds, then the algorithm doesn't like that. So I think this video probably got some initial views, probably didn't get long enough for YouTube to think this is a good video, and so doesn't push it out to people. I do think uploading anything in August isn't going to get the best performance anyway, because people are away, they're enjoying themselves, their kids are off, they're probably watching less YouTube, and even if they're watching more entertainment in general, my content isn't really entertainment, it's more learning, and I think people want a break from that occasionally. I know I do. So when I'm on holiday, I don't really listen to the podcasts that I listen to. You know, I'll read books and things like that, but I'll probably have like a week or two where I just like disconnect completely from my business, because that gets my creative juices flowing anyway. So just being away, you know, being in the heat, being with my family, all that kind of stuff, I don't really want to think about my business. I just want to shut off for a little bit as much as possible. So I do think anything released in August is not going to be the best performing. So that's probably another reason. Okay, let's get to the final video. Okay, so the final video in like my worst performing videos was how to complete a financial review of your therapy practice, understanding revenue, expenses and profit. Now this one is quite a recent video. This one was uploaded the 17th of April 2024, so it was just after the UK tax year, and I did a whole financial series, and this was to promote my bookkeeping template, which always sells really well around this time of year. I mean, it's in the last 365 days, and actually it's only been out for a couple of months, but it is one of the lowest ones. So let's take a look at this one. In this video, I'm going to guide you through conducting a thorough financial review of your private practice. In order to complete a financial review, you are going to need to gather all of the financial information for your practice. Now, I would suggest doing this on a monthly basis for a few reasons. First of all, it's going to spread the work over the year. You don't want to get to the end of the year and then having to do all the administration of finding out what your revenue was and what your expenses were and all that kind of stuff. You're going to be able to notice issues sooner and also spot patterns. You're going to have the opportunity to cut down on your spending if required much sooner than if you leave it to the end of the year. And you're going to get a much better understanding of the financial health of your practice throughout the year. So if you'd like help doing this in the future, I do have a sole trader bookkeeping template. Okay, so for this one, it's hard because I don't think in general therapists in private practice like talking about finances, like I said before. And a lot of my financial videos are on the lower end of views and things like that. But my top performing video is about bookkeeping in private practice. So maybe my audience wants to do like the minimal, like they want to know how to do their bookkeeping because they have to do a self-assessment each year. But actually doing financial planning is a little bit overwhelming. Again, this is a broad-ish topic because I'm talking about doing a whole financial review. So it could be considered a little bit broader than like bookkeeping in private practice. But it's not a super broad topic because it is quite specific about doing a financial review. And I do go through all the steps of how to do that. But I don't know, maybe it just wasn't a very compelling subject. Maybe it's just not something people are interested in. So I can only imagine that's why the video didn't do particularly well. Okay, so that was a look back at my 5 worst performing videos on this channel. I am actually going to link them all below because even though they're not the most high performing videos, I do think they are still worth a watch. And there's a couple of them in there that are really timely right now. So I'd love you to go and check them out and boost those ratings so they're not my 5 worst performing videos. If you're new here, I'd really love you to subscribe to the channel. I'm really trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so you could do me a massive favor and help me out with that. Until next time, thanks so much for watching.